there and welcome back. I am back with you with another video from the Bring Them Home series. And as always, I want to preface with my disclaimer. I intend no ill will or harm to anyone in this video, any family members, friends, directly, indirectly. I simply gather all the information I find online and in news articles and put it into one story. And I am in no way affiliated with anyone mentioned in this case, any family, friends, anything. My goal for doing these videos in the Bring Them Home series is simply to bring awareness to the missing children that I cover in hopes that someone knows a little more and can come forward. So, and also I would like to say that I am not familiar with the names or the places in this case, or most of the cases, so if I mispronounce them, I do apologize. So I'll go ahead and put that out there. I used Google to pronounce them, and that's what I'm going to use, so sorry. Today's video in the Bring Them Home series is about Kaya Marie Centeno, I think that's how you pronounce it, from Rohnert Park, California, or Rohnert Park, California. So those names all will be interchangeable because I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing them correctly. So for this case, we are just going to go back a few months to July the 24th, 2020, when Child Protective Service calls the local police department of Rohnert Park and tells them that they have two minor children, a female age 17 and a male age 15, that are alleging abuse. Two children are now in Mexico, or at this point in Mexico. The two minors tell their story of being physically, sexually, and emotionally abused. The children, were moved to Mexico about a year and a half ago from California based on the allegations of the abuse at the hands of their adopted parents. Now, the police department, the FBI, all worked with the U.S. Embassy and Child Protective Services to get the children back to California in a safe place, and that is where they conducted the interviews. It's at this time in 2020, July 2020, that one of the children mentioned having a sister named Kaya that lived with them in Rohnert Park. I'm not saying that right. Rohnert Park, California. But however, she went missing, just up and disappeared about 8 to 10 years ago, which would make that about 2010, 2012, somewhere in between there. It's unknown specifically when, just those years. Kaya Centeno was enrolled in John Reed Elementary School. However, in second grade, she was unenrolled to be homeschooled. But soon after she was unenrolled, between 2010 2012, she disappeared. Due to the fact that it was not reported until 2020, and it's been 8 to 10 years since her disappearance, there has been no other active police investigation into her disappearance since the police just found out that she was missing. There are many questions as to why. Were there other suspicious family members, adults that could have reported it? Maybe they did report it and were told, don't worry about it, giving them the runaround basically. I understand why the kids possibly didn't report it because they may have been a little scared due to their situation being in the abusive home. I get that, but I mean it's a new case, so not a lot of information is fully known. Have there been other investigations, any other Child Protective Service cases? It's all unknown. It's a relatively new case, only a few months old, even though she did disappear 8 to 10 years ago. Maybe the information just hasn't been released to the public yet. So since the two children, the siblings of Kaya, did come forward, the police have investigated the home or the residence. They did go to the residence, got a court order or warrant to search the premise, and they did find supporting evidence that I guess, kind of in a way confirms the abuse that the children were claiming. Don't know specifically what evidence, obviously, but it has supportive nature in it. Now, the adoptive parents are Gina and Jose Centeno. They have since been charged with kidnapping in Kaya's case, and kidnapping, torture, and various sex offenses in the case of the two siblings. So they are now being held in jail at this time until their trial comes. The Centenos were arrested August the 19th and booked in the Sonoma County Jail for actually $18 million bail. Jose Centeno was also charged with additional 9 felony crimes for his suspected physical or sexual abuse to the 17-year-old girl. They both face life sentences if convicted. Jose and Gina Centeno will go to trial October the 5th for a plea hearing at that time. Again, I know you're innocent until proven guilty, so since it is a new case, there's not a lot of information released yet. Now, I did see on one of the posts or one of the articles that the biological family have been going kind of back and forth of basically the adoption. So the adoptive parents, Gina and Jose, did get custody of Kaya and her siblings in 2008. I don't know the background on that. I'm not going to get into that because that is not my goal here, to get into the background of that, at least not at this point. I'm not sure if there'll be a follow-up. It could be relevant, but right now I feel that this video is only for information on the missing, on Kaya and locating her, or information on her. It does appear that based on the back and forth between the family, other family members did step up to adopt the children before Gina and Jose adopted them, but Child Protective Service told them, don't worry about it, they're going to family friends. And we're here now. I'm not going to get into Child Protective Service. I'm just going to let it be known and stop right here to say I'm not a fan of them. That's it. I'm not a fan of them. There's a lot more cases that are just, I'm not a fan. That's that. And with it being a new case, this is going to be a very short video, but that's all that I've got. We don't know when the last time she was seen. We don't know what clothing she wore. We don't know who was the last person to see her. Nothing. All we know is that her name is Kaya Marie Centeno. She may be going by Kaya Whitney Kazi, Kazzee. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. She was born May the 23rd, 2002, so this year she would be 18. She was 8 years old at the time of her disappearance. She was about 3 foot 6 inches tall and approximately 50 pounds. She is a Caucasian female with light brown hair and brown eyes. Unfortunately, there's no other information. Maybe if you went to that school, maybe you'd have a little bit more information. If you were a friend or if you were a family friend or something like that, maybe you'll know a little something more, and then you should contact the police department, which the police department is Rohnert Park Police Department. I'll get that right in a minute, and I'll put the phone number in the description below. But unfortunately, that's all I have on this case because, like I said, there's no additional information, at least none that has been released yet. I do know the names of the other 2 minor children or siblings, but I will not say those because they are minors and they are not to be contacted. No one in this family needs to be contacted. Contact the police if you have information only. That's all I got here. So I feel like I'm just kind of abruptly ending it, but that's all I've got. It's a decade old case, but it's new, so it's an old new case, which makes no sense. I'm just baffled. I have no other words. Everything's running through my head as to, was she reported? Was she not reported earlier? People just, okay, I'm rambling. I don't know what else to say here. maybe if you went to school at the John Reed Elementary between 2010 and 2012, 2010, 2011, the year that she was taken out to homeschool. Maybe you can shed a little more light to the police department. I'm sure if they've already not reached out to you, I guess. See if you can provide information if you were a family friend or a friend's parent of Kaya's. Any information, just spread the word, get some more information out there, and let's find Kaya and bring her home. Or at least bring the family closure, the biological family closure of this little girl. She deserves answers, and so does the family. So thank you for watching, and that's all I've got for you today. I will see you next time. Love you.